Have you ever asked yourself, why do I always fall for the wrong person? Why am I attracted to someone who hurts me, lies to me, or makes me feel invisible, while I ignore the one who truly cares? If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. Millions of people around the world are trapped in the cycle of toxic attraction, a cycle that feels like love, but is actually pain disguised as passion. This is Heart Decoded, where we explore the deepest secrets of human emotions, love, and the brain. If you want to truly understand yourself and your relationships, make sure you subscribe and join us on this journey. Love is often portrayed as magical, spontaneous, uncontrollable. But what if I told you that who we fall for is not an accident? That there is a hidden science, a mix of psychology, biology, and childhood memory that shapes our choices. Sometimes those choices lead us toward people who are good for us, but many times they drag us straight into the arms of the wrong person. Think back to your past relationships, or even your current one. How many times have you stayed up at night, waiting for a reply that never came? How many times have you told yourself, maybe if I love them harder, they'll finally see my worth? And how many times have you felt more anxious than peaceful in someone's presence, but still called it love? This right here is the paradox of toxic attraction. The heart craves stability, but the brain can get addicted to chaos. Psychologists have long studied why we repeat painful patterns. One of the strongest explanations comes from attachment theory. Our first blueprint of love comes from childhood. If you grew up with parents who were warm, consistent, and emotionally available, you're more likely to seek the same as an adult. But if love in your childhood felt unpredictable, sometimes affectionate, sometimes cold, sometimes absent, your brain wires itself to expect inconsistency. You unconsciously begin to associate unpredictability with love itself. And when you meet someone who gives you mixed signals, it feels familiar. That familiarity tricks you into believing, this must be love, but there's more. Neuroscience shows that toxic love works like a slot machine. Imagine pulling a lever. Sometimes you win, most times you don't. That uncertainty creates the strongest dopamine rush in your brain. It's the same with toxic relationships. When they shower you with affection one day and ignore you the next, your brain lights up, desperate for the next reward. You begin to crave their attention the way an addict craves a drug. You don't fall in love with the person, you fall in love with the high. And here's the cruel twist. The kind, stable, consistent person, the one who truly loves you, may feel boring in comparison. Not because they are boring, but because your nervous system has been trained to equate chaos with passion. Calmness feels empty. Peace feels foreign. So, instead of choosing the one who offers healing, you chase the one who reopens your wounds. Many people also carry what psychologists call the fixer fantasy. Deep down, they believe, if I can change this person, if I can make them love me, it will prove that I am finally worthy of love. You begin to see yourself as a savior, someone who can heal their brokenness. But in reality, this is a dangerous trap. Most toxic partners do not change. Instead, you lose yourself trying to fix someone who doesn't want to be fixed. Let's pause and reflect. How many of us confuse intensity with intimacy? We mistake jealousy for passion. We mistake drama for romance. We think that the roller coaster of emotions is a sign of deep love, when in reality it's a sign of deep dysfunction. Real love isn't supposed to feel like walking on eggshells. Real love is calm. Real love is safe. Real love is not exhausting, it's nourishing. But here's the hope. These patterns can be broken. The first step is awareness. The very moment you recognize that your attraction to the wrong person is not fate, but conditioning, you begin to take your power back. You realize that the butterflies in your stomach are not always a signal of love. Sometimes they're a signal of danger. The second step is healing. This may come from therapy, self-reflection, journaling, or simply surrounding yourself with healthier models of love. Healing means questioning your old beliefs. Does love really have to hurt? Do I have to prove myself to be worthy of affection? Or am I already enough just as I am? And the final step is rewiring. It's about retraining your brain and heart to recognize kindness, respect, and consistency as the true markers of love. At first, it might feel unfamiliar. The healthy person might not trigger fireworks. But over time, you will realize that peace, safety, and trust are far more powerful than chaos, passion, and fear. So, the next time you ask yourself, why do I always fall for the wrong person? Remember, it's not because you're broken. It's because your brain has been tricked into confusing chaos with love. But real love does not leave you anxious, insecure, or drained. Real love gives you wings, not wounds. Real love does not make you question your worth. Real love reminds you of it every single day, and the truth is, you deserve that kind of love. We all do.